As if PUA and unemployment benefits could get worse, 2 states are hacked. This is a Sunday bombshell update from LALATE. Thanks for tuning in. As always, like and subscribe to this channel and drop your comments below, and we may feature them in Monday's recording. And always hit that bell on the front page of this channel to get alerts when new videos are uploaded. But first, the news. Shocking news today out of Florida and Ohio. But first, Florida. Details are now surfacing about the massive security breach. As LA has detailed, Florida and New York and Texas have been the 2 states that have been extremely slow on processing PUA and unemployment benefits. If you watch our other video today on the stimulus package that I'll link above here, it details the far few numbers of applications out of Florida that have actually been processed by their state. Florida is one of the worst in getting unemployment or PUA benefits processed, and now watch groups are taking stands against the problem. But the details surfacing out of the Florida Department of Economic Opportunities security breach are revealed today. Quote, "We've notified individuals that they were part of a data security incident associated with the reemployment assistance claims," says Paige Landrum in a statement obtained by LALATE News. Quote, "The issue was addressed within 1 hour after we became aware of the incident," but Ms. Landrum is not detailing how much data was stolen, if at all. No information was released on when the hack took place, how many accounts were opened, or how much information may have been lifted. When asked for further comment, the office would not give it. Quote, "At this time, we have not received any reports of malicious activity." Senator Linda Stewart, who is a Democrat out of Orlando, sent a letter to John Satter, who is the state official who is now overseeing the whole issue, to ask when the breach occurred, how much of your information was obtained, if at all, and what steps are being done to ensure this doesn't happen again. Quote, "Given the agency's track record with processing unemployment applications, I'm sure you understand the great concern that I have that all remedies have been quick taken and that Floridians can be assured that their personal information is now secured and will be protected from future attacks," Stewart wrote. But some of you, the viewers of this channel, have not been happy. Satter is secretary to the Department of Management Services, and he says at this time we have not received any, Landrum has said at this time we have not received any reports of malicious activity, but very few data, very few details about really what went on. As you know, this channel has been detailing the slow problems with some states. PUA and unemployment benefits have been strong and fast in being processed in California, parts of New York, Louisiana. But when it comes to Texas and Florida, it's been the worst. Other states have struggled as well, including Hawaii and Kentucky. But let's get to your 22 questions about PUA right now from Saturday's recording. And there's some bombshells, so stay with us. The flow next chapter. I'm receiving regular unemployment in California. Can I change to PUA when my balance is 0? No. Is it able to apply for both if I did self-employment and had a regular job too? No. PUA or unemployment benefits are generally the same amount, are the same item that sort of work one in one. You can't have PUA and unemployment benefits at the same time. So a lot of you on this channel have been people who had 2 types of jobs. You had a self-employment job and you had an unemployment job, and you had a PUA job. So when you have 2 types of jobs, you have to choose your path and then keep that data updated to the agency. The benefits you ultimately receive can be the same. What Ella has advised you is that if you're wondering about how to get the most benefit out of the situation, you should see which of the 2, if they were both impacted by COVID-19, paid you the most money in 2019, because ultimately, if you're trying to ask for escalated benefits, you're going to have to look to that job's track record. So it's a little complicated when you have 2 different jobs. But no, you can't just go from unemployment to PUA just for no reason. PUA is for independent contractors and self-employed individuals. Cutie Pie, love the videos. Keep them coming. Well, thank you, Cutie Pie. Just Cruising Mom, thank you again for your hard work and dedication. Looking forward to hearing if you see anything about the Florida unemployment website being hacked. Well, there we go. We have no idea who was affected. Yes, and neither do I, but I'm staying with it. AWI, thank you for reading my comment. Yep, I understand how now PUA is added. Self-employed unemployment process is really complicated for Washington State, but now we finally have some monetary determination. It's been 6 weeks. Well, I'm glad you got your money. Cutie Pie, question for my daughter. What if the daycares are not open and that ones that are only take so many? Will she be able to get it? If so, if she has no daycare? I think what you're saying is that your daughter runs a daycare business. That's what I'm assuming. If you're impacted because of COVID-19 in a partial or full shutdown, you can qualify for PUA. You don't have to have a complete shutdown. Now, if you're asking whether or not your daughter can't work because she can't get daycare help, boy, look at the PUA qualifications. That is a really, really tricky one. Super Coffee, question from Arizona. If I applied for partial unemployment and I get it, will the additional $600 be added to that amount that I'm approved for, or will be a retroactive back pay to March after I certify it? Yes, and yes. If you say your date of impact is back in March, you'll get retroactive benefits. They don't necessarily come right away. States are slow, but yes, you'll get it, and $600 on top of your minimum benefits. Thank you for your wonderful voice and these unbelievable formative videos. Well, thank you, Super Coffee. And drop your comments to today's video, and we'll answer them tomorrow. Heartfelt music, great content. Thank you. Well, thank you, Heartfelt. And thank you for always being a Super Chat sponsor, a supporter of this channel when we do our live feeds. Sean Lazis. Update. When you get the retroactive pay, the $600 only goes to retroactive March 28th or March 29th. The bill was signed before that day. Unemployment determines weekly amounts on how much you make in the quarter, so they go to your highest quarter to determine your weekly pay. They also determine sometimes it's your start within 13 weeks or 26 weeks. Correct. The CARES Act gives you retroactive benefits back to the date at which you indicate impact from COVID-19. So if you say you're impacted to COVID-19 starting April 28th, you're not going to get retroactive benefits if you applied on April 28th. But if you indicate your date of impact was back in March, you get retroactive benefits. Now, the date of the $600 on top of that derives from the CARES Act, and it goes from March into July. CMCT. Abe Lincoln. Well, hello, Abe Lincoln. Republican senators looking to end $600 weekly boost to unemployment July 30th. This is devastating to Americans as state unemployment only pays $600 to regular employed income. Employment in June spiked to 35%, data Goldman Sachs. We don't know if these jobs are coming back. Discontinuing the unemployment COVID is dangerous and counterproductive to a healthy, safe, and beneficial reopening, as COVID killed 100,000 Americans in 70 days. Great point. So as LALATE has detailed in our stimulus check series, second stimulus check series, which is above in the link in the playlist of financial news, the current stimulus package that is before the members of the Senate from the House proposes to extend the $600 a week to January 2021. So far, the Republicans don't want that, and that's what Abe Lincoln is referring to. Leanne Homerick, LALATE, I have a question. So my 17-year-old daughter was providing childcare, offering side hair services, and an employee. How in the world does she apply for UIPUA if she had 2 single gigs and was an employee who now has to return to work, but the side gigs are due to COVID-19? Okay, that's a lot of stuff there. I'm going to do the easy one. If they were all impacted because of COVID-19, she still can get benefits during the period that she was impacted by COVID-19, irrespective of whether she goes back to work now. So if she was impacted in the month of March and month of April for both jobs, and they were shut down in full or partial capacity, she gets benefits, irrespective of whether she's going back to May. May is May. We're talking about weekly benefits in March and April, so she can get those. That's the easy part so far. In Texas, the portal only allows you to apply for benefits and her employer populated automatically. I did have her apply and then reread it. I don't know what that means. Texas is just a hot mess. My 20-year-old son should be easier. He literally said, son, it's imminent. The portal is going to be imminent. I don't know what that means. Being a single parent, you stay 24 hours a day. I'm going to go ahead. So confusing. It is confusing. If you're watching this video and I explained it clearly for your daughter, then drop your comments about your son and we'll answer them in Monday's recording. Eileen, who comments regularly. Maryland's still not finding money and they're not commenting even to news reporters. I'm still waiting 4 or 5, just awful. And you know what happened in Maryland this weekend? Ocean City. If you don't know what happened in Ocean City, go on Twitter and you'll see the image. Awful. Lil Noman, any advice for EDD in California? I still cannot get through on the phone. The system still says it's processing. It's been weeks and weeks. It shouldn't be processing for weeks and weeks. You probably done it right, Lil. Click on all the tabs and make sure you haven't done something. The one tab you want to click on is Certify for Weekly Benefits. If it says you need to certify for weekly benefits, then you've done everything right. You've been approved. You just haven't certified for weekly benefits. Everyone that went through EDD weeks ago has already been paid. So there's something wrong. You haven't finished all the steps. Click on all the tabs and make sure you finish all the steps. Ricardo, dope video. Well, thank you. Audrey, loved it. Well, thank you, Audrey. If you have questions about PUA or unemployment benefits, drop them below by 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time Monday, and we may answer them in the NAC recording. As always, stay of LA for more.